The phone buzzed once on the nightstand, a single, innocent vibration that sliced through the quiet like a scalpel. I was half awake, tangled in sheets that still smelled of Sarah's lavender shampoo, when the screen lit up with a name I didn't expect at 2:17 a.m., Mike. My stomach dropped before my brain caught up. Mike was her oldest friend, the guy who'd been at our wedding in a thrift store suit, cracking jokes about how I'd finally tamed the untamable. I told myself it was nothing. People text at weird hours. But the preview line glowing on the lock screen wasn't nothing. Wish you'd stayed longer tonight. That thing you do with your tongue when you're tipsy, damn. I sat up so fast the room tilted. The words blurred, then sharpened, each letter a needle. My wife, my Sarah, who laughed at my terrible puns and kissed the scar on my collarbone every morning, was trading messages about tongues and tipsy nights with a man who wasn't me. I stared until the screen went black, then flicked it back on, as if rereading might rewrite the sentence into something harmless. It didn't. Downstairs, the house creaked like it was holding its breath. I carried the phone in trembling fingers, the way you'd hold a live grenade. Sarah was asleep upstairs, one arm flung over my empty pillow, mouth slightly open. Moonlight painted silver across her cheekbones, and for a second I hated how beautiful she looked. How easy it was to love her even now. I wanted to shake her awake, demand answers, but the thought of her eyes opening, confused and then guilty, terrified me more than the silence. Instead, I opened the thread. It started innocently enough, inside jokes about college, memes, a photo of Mike's dog wearing sunglasses. Then the tone shifted. Flirty emojis. A voice note I couldn't bring myself to play. Sarah calling him trouble with a winking face. Him responding, only the kind you like. My thumb scrolled upward, chasing the moment everything went wrong, but there wasn't one. Just a slow, corrosive drift. A compliment here. A lingering hug there. A "you looked incredible tonight" that she'd answered with stop followed by 3 heart emojis. I must have made a sound, a choked gasp or a curse, because Sarah stirred. Babe. Her voice was thick with sleep. You okay? I couldn't answer. My throat had sealed shut. She sat up, hair tumbling over one shoulder, and reached for the lamp. Warm light spilled across the bed, illuminating the phone still clutched in my fist. Her gaze flicked to it, then to my face, and something in her expression crumpled. Jake, she said my name like a prayer and a plea. Don't. The word scraped out raw. Just, don't. She pulled the blanket to her chest as if it could shield her. It's not what you think. Then what is it? I heard myself shout, the volume shocking us both. Because it looks like my wife has been fucking around behind my back with a guy who used to call me bro while passing the gravy at Thanksgiving. Tears welled instantly. I didn't sleep with him. The relief I expected didn't come. But you wanted to. Silence stretched between us, thin and brittle. She opened her mouth, closed it, then whispered, I don't know. I laughed. Sharp, ugly, nothing like humor. You don't know. Great. That's just perfect. I stormed downstairs, barefoot, the cold hardwood biting my soles. In the kitchen I gripped the counter until my knuckles blanched. The fridge hummed. Outside, a car alarm wailed 2 streets over. Ordinary sounds in a world that had just imploded. I kept replaying the texts, searching for the exact second I'd missed the signs. Had she lingered too long at Mike's birthday barbecue? Laughed a beat too hard when he teased her about her old piercing? I'd chalked it up to history, 20 years of friendship predating us. I trusted that history. Trusted her. Footsteps on the stairs. Sarah appeared in the doorway wearing my old college hoodie, the one with the frayed cuff she stole because it smelled like me. Her eyes were red-rimmed, face blotchy. She looked small. I ended it, she said quietly. Tonight. Before you saw. Ended what, exactly? My voice cracked. The flirting? The late-night drinks? The part where you told him you think about him when we... I couldn't finish. The image of her touching herself while picturing Mike instead of me, it lodged in my throat like broken glass. I never said that. She took a hesitant step forward. I swear, Jake. It was stupid, selfish flirting. I got drunk on attention. That's all. That's all. I repeated. You let another man tell you you're sexy, let him imagine your mouth on him, and you think that's all covers it. She flinched. I was unhappy. The confession landed like a slap. Unhappy, I echoed. With me. With everything. She wrapped her arms around herself. Work's a nightmare. Mom's sick. We barely talk anymore unless it's about whose turn it is to buy toilet paper. Mike listens. He makes me laugh. I know it's pathetic. I wanted to scream that I listened, that I'd held her while she cried about her mom's chemo, that I'd burned dinners trying to cook her favorites. But the words stuck behind the betrayal. So you punished me by texting another man about your tongue tricks. Her sob was guttural. I hate myself. I hate that I hurt you. I hate that I liked the way he looked at me. Like I was still the girl who backpacked Europe, not someone drowning in mortgage statements. I turned away, staring at the dark window. My reflection stared back. Hollow eyes, clenched jaw, a stranger wearing my face. Do you love him? No, the answer came fast, fierce. I love you. I just forgot how to show it. The clock on the microwave blinked 2:43. Time felt meaningless. I thought about the life we'd built, our mismatched coffee mugs, the dent in the hallway wall from when we tried to assemble IKEA shelves drunk on cheap wine, the way she hummed off-key in the shower. All of it suddenly fragile, a house of cards trembling in the draft of her confession. What happens now? I asked the window. Sarah's voice floated over, small and cracked. I delete his number. Block him everywhere. Go to therapy. Alone, together. Whatever you need. I'll sleep on the couch for a month if that's what it takes. I'll do anything, Jake. Please. I faced her. Tears streaked her cheeks, but her chin lifted, defiant even in shame. That stubborn streak was the first thing I'd fallen for in college, when she'd argued with our psych professor about nature versus nurture until he conceded the point. I wanted to hate her. God, I tried. But underneath the rage was terror. Bone-deep fear that the woman I'd planned a future with had already stepped halfway out the door. I need space, I said. I'm going to my brother's. Her face collapsed. For how long? I don't know. The honesty tasted bitter. Until I can look at you without seeing his words on your screen. She nodded, swallowing hard. I'll leave your keys on the hook. Take whatever you need. I packed a duffel in the guest room, moving like a ghost. Toothbrush, jeans, the framed photo of us at Yosemite that I couldn't leave behind even now. Sarah hovered in the hallway, arms wrapped around her middle. At the door, I paused. One more thing. Anything. That joke you made last week, about Mike knowing your coffee order better than I do. Was that part of it? Her eyes widened, fresh tears spilling. I was trying to make you jealous. Stupid, cruel game. I'm so sorry. I left before she could see me break. My brother's couch smelled like old pizza and dog. I stared at the ceiling until dawn, replaying every memory, searching for cracks I'd missed. The way she'd started wearing lipstick on Tuesdays, Mike's trivia night. How she'd stopped reaching for my hand in the car. Tiny betrayals stacking like bricks until the wall between us was too high to see over. Days bled into weeks. Sarah sent texts, never excuses, just check-ins. Left lasagna in the freezer. Labeled it Jake's, do not touch. Saw a hawk on the trail we used to hike. Thought of you. I read them, never replied. At night I dreamed of her laughing with Mike, his hand on the small of her back, and woke with my pillow soaked. Therapy was brutal. The counselor, a calm woman with kind eyes, made me name the feelings. Rage, grief, humiliation, love, still love, stubborn and unwanted. Sarah attended separate sessions, then joint ones where we sat 3 feet apart like strangers. She cried when I described the night I found the texts. I cried when she admitted she deleted others before I could see. One evening, 6 weeks in, I came home unannounced. The house smelled like lemon cleaner, Sarah's stress scent. She was on the kitchen floor, scrubbing baseboards, headphones in, singing off-key to our wedding playlist. When she saw me, she yanked the earbuds out, frozen mid-note. I was going to call, she said. I didn't want to push. I set my keys in the bowl, the clink loud in the silence. I miss you, I admitted. The words felt ripped out. Her face crumpled. I miss you more than I can stand. We didn't kiss. Didn't fall into bed like a movie. Instead, we sat on the couch, knees touching, and talked until the sky turned pink. She told me about the void she'd tried to fill with Mike's attention. I told her about the nightmares where she left. We cried, laughed once at something stupid, cried again. Healing wasn't linear. Some nights I still checked her phone when she showered, hating myself for it. Some mornings she woke gasping from dreams where I never came back. But we kept showing up. Kept choosing the hard conversations. Kept learning the difference between forgiveness and forgetting. A year later, on the anniversary of the night everything shattered, we hiked the same trail where I'd proposed. At the overlook, Sarah pulled a small box from her pocket. Inside was a new wedding band, thicker, scratched on purpose to match the wear on mine. I want to start over, she said, voice shaking. Same vows, new promises. I'll earn your trust every single day if you let me. I slipped the ring on, my hand trembling. We both will. We kissed then, slow and deliberate, tasting salt from tears neither of us bothered to wipe. Below us, the valley stretched golden in the setting sun. The fracture was still there, a hairline crack in the foundation, but we'd learned to build around it. Stronger, humbler, fiercely intentional. Betrayal carves a canyon in the heart. Some couples fall in. We chose to bridge it, plank by shaky plank, until the gap became part of the landscape we navigated together. The pain never vanished, but it taught us the weight of love, the daily, deliberate act of staying when leaving would be easier. And on quiet nights, when Sarah reaches for my hand under the covers, I squeeze back. Not because the hurt is gone, but because choosing her, flawed, repentant, mine, is the bravest thing I've ever done.